Good afternoon, everyone. Can someone tell me whether my voice is clear? And is this screen clearly visible to you? Am I audible? Okay. Okay. So welcome to today's session, and this will be the last session of November MCQs, November current affairs MCQs. Okay, so let's try to do as much questions as possible in this session. We will try to go a little bit fast in order to cover most of the questions that we can cover in November MCQs. And rest assured, all the other MCQs with respect to this month, you will be provided with in the paid course itself. Okay? So let's try to start questions without further wasting our time. So the 41st question is related to virus in particular or disease that anyways is relevant with respect to your not only current affairs but biology in science as well. Okay? So this first statement, in tropical regions, Zika virus disease is transmitted by the same mosquito that transmits dengue, and sexual transmission of Zika virus disease is possible. So which of these two statements are correct? So first of all, tell me what is the name of mosquito that actually transmits dengue? Does anyone know about this? So the mosquito named Aedes actually transmits dengue. Okay. So does Aedes also transmits Zika virus? The question specifically asked with respect to that. And is sexual transmission of Zika virus possible? So what do you think is the correct answer? The correct answer for this is B, because obviously it is transmitted by the same mosquito, which is Aedes. Okay, and the sexual transmission is also possible through mother. Okay, that is evident from the virus itself. So B is the correct answer. Next question. So recently CSIR announced the list of awardees for Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Awards. So since this award although seems obscure, but it is related to the organization, the exam of which you are going to give. Okay, so it becomes an important award. Okay, so you have to identify what's the correct statement with respect to such awards. It is the second highest multidisciplinary science awards in India. Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar was the founder and director of CSIR. The prize value of each award is 5 lakh rupees. So which of the above statements are correct according to you? A little bit of history with respect to these awards. Okay. In this question, you will be able to discover that also. What can be the most probable correct answer? So the correct answer, obviously, if you eliminate this first statement, because it is not the second highest, it is the highest multidisciplinary science awards in India. Okay. So if you eliminate this option, you will get the answer only 2 and 3 is the correct one. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. So here we are talking about ISRO's initiative related to GPS. So for that, ISRO actually developed this satellite system, Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System, and there are 3 statements related to that. Okay, then you have to identify what statements are correct. So the first statement says that the IRNSS has 3 satellites in geostationary and 4 satellites in geosynchronous orbits, and it covers entire India and about 5,500 square kilometer beyond its border. India will have its own satellite navigation system with full-fledged coverage by middle of 2024. So here in this specific question, in order to establish that IRNSS, okay, ISRO utilized two types of satellites. Okay? One satellite in geostationary orbit, another satellite in geosynchronous orbits. Okay? So what is the difference between these two types of orbit? As the name suggests, with respect to geostationary, okay, irrespective of rotation of Earth, that satellite will be located at its own place as a stationary object. Whereas with respect to geosynchronous, the satellite will also move wherever the Earth will move. Okay? That it will be in sync with Earth's rotation. So this is the difference between geostationary and geosynchronous. Geo means Earth, okay? And relative to Earth, if the satellite is stationary, even if Earth is moving, geostationary, and if relative to Earth, satellite is also moving alongside Earth, so it is geosynchronous. Okay? So these are the two differences. But with respect to the information regarding this navigation system, what do you think is the correct answer? If you can think logically and try to eliminate any option, you will get your answer correct. If you see, this is a very huge area, not easy to cover by a limited number of satellites. It needs a large number of network of satellites. So this statement is incorrect. Okay? So if you eliminate 2, you will get your answer A. Okay? Next question on Norris World Sports Award. Okay? That was instituted in year 2000. So the first statement says American golfer Tiger Woods was the first winner of this award. The award was received mostly by Formula 1 players. Roger Federer received the award maximum number of times compared to others. So which of the following statements are correct? Always, again I am saying at the risk of repeating myself, okay? In statement based question, if they are being asked to you, elimination method is always the best method to solve such type of questions. Ishwara says B. Okay. Well, the correct answer is actually A, because the second statement is incorrect, because the award was mostly received by the tennis players compared to Formula 1 players. Okay? 11 received by tennis players till now, whereas Formula 1 players received maximum 5. Next question related to 19th Asian Games. Okay? So you might be thinking that there must be something related to Asian Games, but they actually asked you about history of All India Football Federation. And All India Football Federation's history is also important because recently AIFF was also in news with respect to controversy regarding FIFA and AIFF. So it was formed on 23rd June 1937. In 1948, it gained affiliation with FIFA. It is the governing body for the Football Association in Asia. Okay? So I hope you can eliminate one option easily. इसको तो easily कर सकते हो. I've already shown you what, if the name of AIFF is All India Football Federation, then how come it is the governing body for the whole Asia? So naturally this statement makes no sense. So you can eliminate this statement. Then you get your answer B, 1 and 2. Isn't it? So this is what happens. Okay? If you try to do such type of questions in this manner. Always see for extreme statements, then you will be able to get the answers correct. Now let's do the next question. Recently, the Prime Minister of India attended 20th session of ASEAN India Summit. ठीक है? So this is the question related to East Asia Summit. So this is a November news. So the East Asia Summit was established in 2005. The first summit was held in Malaysia in 2006. The idea of East Asia grouping was proposed by Mahathir Mohamad. Which of the following is correct? East Asia Summit is a grouping under ASEAN, okay? And such groupings of importance that are related to India, okay? Because India and ASEAN are not only free trade agreement partners, okay, but they are also defensively very comprehensively in partnership. So international news is anyways important for you, and the November news is within the 6 months criteria, so that news becomes important, okay? So try to do this question. Here the correct answer is 1 and 3. Agar established hua hai, then obviously the first meeting would have been in 2005 only. Why 2006? So the second statement makes no sense. Okay? So A is the correct answer. Next question. Himachal Pradesh has requested Indian Prime Minister to declare the destruction caused by heavy rains. Okay? So consider the following statement regarding NDMA. So it is an agency of Prime Minister Office to coordinate response only during disasters. Prime Minister is ex officio chairman of NDMA. It was established to administer only natural disasters. Okay? So which of the above statement are correct? Think in terms of what statement will be most extreme in your nature. ठीक है? तो उसको eliminate करो, you'll get your answers correct. तो आप सोचो कि केवल नेशनल डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट अथॉरिटी केवल नेचुरल डिजास्टर से ही डील करती है क्या? उसके अलावा किसी और चीज से डील नहीं करती. Kush says 47A. See the correct answer. Why? See, आपको 3 eliminate करना है. The correct answer would be 1 and 2. Why? Because not only natural disasters NDMA take cares. ठीक है? It also take cares man-made disasters. ठीक है, natural disasters being, let's say, earthquake, flood and other things. Man-made disasters, let's say if any tunnel, the recent tunnel incident, ठीक है, NDMA supported over there ना, so man-made disasters are also included with respect to their provision. So you eliminate these statement, you'll get your answer correct. So I hope this is clear. I hope this is understandable to all of you who are there in the class. Next question. Researchers in India's National Center for Biological Sciences, in collaboration with 9 other institutions, developed India's first and only DNA vaccine candidate for dengue fever. So in context of vaccines manufactured to prevent COVID-19, which of the following statements are correct? So the Serum Institute of India produced COVID vaccine named Covishield using mRNA platform. Sputnik V vaccine is manufactured using vector-based platform. Covaxin is an inactivated pathogen-based vaccine. So what do you think are the correct answer? Here also try to eliminate. You'll get an answer correct. Covishield तो आप सबको पता होगा. कुश says A. कुश का कहना है कि कोवैक्सीन इनएक्टिवेटेड पैथोजन से नहीं थी. अच्छा. कुश, do you remember what Covishield was made of? 48C. 1 and 3. See, the correct answer here is this statement is incorrect because Covishield was not developed on mRNA platform. With respect to mRNA platform, only Moderna vaccine was developed on that. ठीक है? Covishield instead was developed on the basis of deficient inactivated pathogen of chimpanzee virus. ठीक है? तो वो उस पर बेस्ड था, adenovirus. ठीक है? So this statement becomes incorrect. B is the correct answer. Next question. Recently, Santiniketan, which is a town in Birbhum district of West Bengal, was included in UNESCO's World Heritage List. Okay? So consider these statements. What of the following statement you think are correct? So Santiniketan has been recognized by UNESCO as India's 41st World Heritage Site. Rabindranath Tagore was born on May 7, 1861 in Calcutta. In 1913, Rabindranath Tagore became the first Asian to be awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature. So think logically, try to eliminate one or two statements, see if you are getting the answers correct. Sometimes we also don't need elimination if all options are correct. So what do you think is the correct answer for this? Any guesses, or you want to pass this question or skip this question? Well, the correct answer is all of the above. All of the statements are correct. So, ठीक है, तो for you, for the upcoming examination, this is a very important question because it relates to the World Heritage Site. ठीक है, and Santiniketan is also important from your historical perspective. ठीक है, तो आप बाकी information आप remember करें ना करें, but at least you remember the information regarding UNESCO's India's 41 World Heritage Site being Shanti Niketan. At least remember this. Chalo. Let's see this question, and this is related to a little bit of macroeconomics. Okay, see the question first. So the question says foreign direct investment is regarded where an investor has a stake of less than 10%, whereas foreign institutional investment is regarded where an investor has a stake of more than 10%. If you would have attended the day before yesterday's class or yesterday's class, okay, of current affairs, you could have easily understood, you could have easily known what I am talking about. Try to tell me what is the correct answer for this. These are your options. Only one, only two, one and two, none of the above. Kush, the statement with respect to Tagore is correct. In 1913, he actually received Nobel Prize in Literature we are talking about. Okay? And with respect to FDI and FII, the foreign institutional investment, here, if any investor, let's say Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway, okay, this is a investment firm, and this investment firm which is located in USA, if they invest some amount of dollars into Indian HDFC company, and the amount which they have invested in this HDFC company only forms 9% of total shares of HDFC present in the नेशनल स्टॉक एक्सचेंज, माने नेशनल स्टॉक एक्सचेंज पर अगर HDFC के 100 शेयर पड़े हैं, ठीक है, तो अगर बर्कशायर हैथवे ने केवल 9 शेयर खरीदे हैं विच इज बिलो 10%, देन दिस टाइप ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट वी से इज फॉरेन इंस्टीट्यूशनल इन्वेस्टमेंट. और इसमें केवल इन्वेस्टर अपने घर में बैठ के पैसा डालता है, जैसे ही वो पैसा ग्रो हुआ पैसा वापस निकाल लेता है. ठीक है. वेयर एज इफ यू लुक एट फॉरेन डायरेक्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट, एंड व्हाट विल हैपन इन दिस केस, सपोज द कंपनी टेस्ला, ठीक है, डिसाइडेड टू इन्वेस्ट and collaborate with one particular company, let's say Ather Energy. ठीक है, Ather Energy is also involved in electronic vehicles. Tesla actually bought, let's say 30% of Ather Energy company. ठीक है, and Tesla also provides its technology also. With the help of Tesla, they actually built a company in India that produces electronic vehicles. ठीक है, and whatever profit this company generates, 30% of the profit will go to Tesla. So that type of investment is what we call foreign direct investment. ठीक है, in foreign direct investment, not only, the company just put money into here, they also bring technology, they also bring their standardization, they also bring their processes. ठीक है, so also foreign direct investment is for the long term, not short term. ठीक है, so I hope you understand the difference between FDI and FII. Is this clear? Both things are foreign investment, that is investment from outside in India. Okay, chalo, let's move on to the, now try to do this question. Ab batao, what's the correct answer for this? Now tell me. Tell me, are these two statements correct? Yes, Ishwar, correct. Because both of these statements are incorrect, they have just exchanged both of their definition. FDI is more than 10%, okay? And FII is less than 10%. So well done. D is the correct answer. Let's move on to the next question. So this is with respect to Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. Okay, so it is the flagship scheme of Ministry of Labour and Employment. It, among other things, will also impart training in soft skills, entrepreneurship, financial and digital literacy. It aims to align competencies of unregulated workforce with the National Skill Qualification Framework. So which of the statement do you think is the correct? This can be easily done if you try to eliminate one option. Yes, Kush, correct. D was the correct answer. यहां पे इस पे करके देखिए, आपको क्वेश्चन के अंदर आंसर मिल जाएगा, आप पूरा क्वेश्चन अच्छे से पढ़िए 51 से यहां तक, यू विल गेट योर आंसर. If you clearly see, we are talking about Union Minister for Skill Development. So this is the flagship scheme of Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. So the first statement becomes incorrect, rest remaining second and third statement. So C is the correct answer. Okay? So this is what we will do in the course itself. We will cover schemes. At least we'll cover the flagship schemes so as to understand them comprehensively from the exam perspective. Next question. This is with respect to ozone. So it is continuously being produced and destroyed. It helps to sustain life on Earth. It is formed in the atmosphere through photochemical reaction. Okay? That means via sunlight and chemical elements, and mostly obviously oxygen. ठीक है, थिंक लॉजिकली, मतलब ऐसे सोचिए कि हाँ मतलब बिकॉज ऑफ ओजोन ऑब्वियसली वी आर बीइंग सेव्ड. तो ट्राई टू बी लॉजिकल एंड ट्राई टू अटेम्प्ट दिस क्वेश्चन. If all statement seems logical, you can think in terms of that also. Yes, correct. D is the correct answer because these are all self-evident statement. Ozone, you know, it continuously being developed, being produced via the Earth's atmosphere, and it is continuously being destroyed by UV rays. Okay? But whenever there is a disruption in that balance, then only we can say ozone layer depletion is there. Okay? And obviously it helps to sustain life on Earth. How? Because it stops harmful UV rays from entering into Earth's atmosphere. It is formed in the atmosphere through photochemical reaction. Obviously, when the sunlight and when those UV rays why not one statement? What exactly you are asking? See, तीनों सही हैं. All of these statements are correct. D is the correct answer. All of the above. Why not A? ये पूछ रहा हूं. I'm not able to understand your question. कुछ एक बार उसको rephrase करके बता दो. What exactly you're not able to understand? चलो, next question 53. A plan to issue permanent disability certificates for sickle cell disease patients. ठीक है? Anand, this is specifically for CSIR, okay? Because it contains news for CSIR aspects. A plan to issue permanent disability certificates for sickle cell disease patients above age of 5 years has been stuck in a dilemma. Okay. Now the question is related to Anemia Mukt Bharat strategy. The first statement being it provides prophylactic calcium supplementation for preschool children, adolescent and pregnant women. It runs a campaign for delayed cord clamping at the time of childbirth. It provides for periodic deworming to children and adolescents. So which of the following statement is correct? If you understand what anemia is, then you also understand what do they require. Anemia because lack of iron, है ना? So if they have lack of iron, then what do they need? Do they need calcium supplements or do they need iron and folic acid supplements? And if they need iron and folic acid supplements, then what statement you need to eliminate? The first statement. So thereby your answer becomes only 2 and 3. Okay? So again, in the question you are not able to do. Always focus on 1 or 2 keywords in the question which tells you, which will give you any information so that you can eliminate any option. ठीक है? और उससे आंसर निकल आता है. हमेशा इस चीज पे याद रखना, कोई भी क्वेश्चन आपको लगे कि आप सॉल्व नहीं कर पा रहे, उस क्वेश्चन में एक ऐसा कीवर्ड होगा, ठीक है, जो आपको बताएगा कि जिसके थ्रू आप एक आध ऑप्शन इसमें एलिमिनेट कर सकते हैं एंड यू कैन डायरेक्टली कम टू द आंसर. ओके, लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Operation Sajag was conducted on September 23 by Indian Coast Guard. So consider the following statement regarding Indian Coast Guard. So it was established in August 1978. It is an independent armed force of India. It is the second largest Coast Guard in the world. So which of the following statement you think is correct? Think about ranking. Think about independence. Think about. Shwara says B. Yes, correct. Because it is not the second largest, it is the 4th largest in the world. Okay. Next statement. And if you see the solution part, okay, so it is the 4th largest coast guard in the world. Okay. Next question. Recently, the World Organization for Animal Health has released 7th report on antimicrobial use. So consider the following statement regarding World Organization for Animal Health. In 2018, it had a total 182 member countries. India is not a member country. It is headquartered in Paris, France. What do you think is the correct answer? Or what do you think are the correct statement or is correct statement? 55, Ishwar says A. Yes, A is correct answer. India actually is a member, so this statement becomes incorrect. Now let's move on to the next scheme, which is related to an important scheme called Kisan Credit Card. Okay? So the first statement, the Kisan Credit Card scheme was launched in the year 2001. It provides adequate and timely credit support to the farmers for their cultivation need. A simple question. What do you think is the correct answer? Is it Pavitra says only 2. Yes, 2 is the correct answer because it was launched in 1998. Okay. Next question. Narmada and other rivers have caused widespread flooding in Gujarat. To consider the following statement. The Sardar Sarovar project is the gravity dam on Narmada river. The project was conceived in 1977. It was also known as Riva. So अब you can easily do this question by elimination. And this we are talking about. Consider the following statement regarding Narmada river. ठीक है, तो this is talking about Narmada river. What do you think is the correct answer? See, the correct answer is only 1 and 3. It was 1979. Okay? And Riva is the mythological name of Narmada river. Next question related to polity. Okay? Some of the members of Lok Sabha have claimed that word socialist and secular were omitted in the new copies of preamble. So consider the following statement regarding 42nd Amendment Act. It added fundamental duties. It added 3 new words, socialist, secular and integrity in the preamble. Despite the significance of this Amendment Act, 43rd Amendment Act is known as mini constitution. No, Pavitra, this is monthly current affairs solely for CSIR case examination. Okay? And this we are doing backward series November so that you can actually do the most relevant current affairs for the upcoming CSIR examination. (58B). Yes, correct. Because mini constitution we still called 42nd Amendment Act. Okay? Rest all statements are correct. Next question. Yes, correct. Ishwar. 42nd is mini constitution. So, a question on volcanoes. Revising your geography. Volcanoes that have not erupted at all in the historic times but retain the features of volcanoes are called extinct volcanoes. Okay? Those volcanoes who have known to erupt and show signs of possible eruption are known as active volcanoes. So which of the following statements are correct? do we really call these volcanoes by these definition? See here, if you understand that active volcanoes are those volcanoes who have been erupted in recent times or not. Okay, with respect to those volcanoes, extinct, what is the definition of extinct? Okay, in extinct we say that these are not present on earth, so such type of volcanoes should not have any capacity to erupt in the future also. So on the basis of that definition becomes incorrect. Okay, so you can eliminate that first statement and you'll get your answer, which is only second. Okay, and the first definition is what we call dormant volcanoes. Okay, Geography 101. Next question, the famed Hoysala temple of Belur Halebid, okay, and Somnathpur in Karnataka have been added to the UNESCO World Heritage List. Consider the following statement regarding Hoysala dynasty. Revising your history. The Hoysalas governed areas spanning Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. They were feudatories of Chalukyas of Kalyan. Vishnuvardhan, also known as Bitti Deva, was the greatest king of this dynasty. So which of the following statement do you think is correct? See, all those news that is related to UNESCO World Heritage List or something like that. So whatever, things that are being recognized as World Heritage, UNESCO's World Heritage, okay, not only their information regarding news is important, but their history is also important. Okay, so you should prepare them from that perspective also. So the correct answer for it is D, all of the above. All of these statements are correct. Next question. Recently, 2023 Global Education Monitoring Report titled SDG 4 Midterm Progress Review released by UNESCO. So consider this following statement regarding Sustainable Development Goals. So SDG were first proposed in 1972 by a global think tank called Club of Rome. The Sustainable Development Goals have to be achieved by 2030. So which of the above statements are correct? This should be very easy for you to do. At least one or two statements you should know. Do you know anything about Sustainable Development Goals? If not SDGs, were there any goals before SDGs? And if there were any goal before SDGs, how could SDGs be developed? Only in 1972? So 61, Surya says C. Yes, correct. Because SDGs were developed in 2012. But before, you must have heard about MDGs, Multilateral Development Goals. Okay? Only second statement is correct because obviously they have to be achieved by 2030. And how many sustainable development goals are there? Anyone? What is the number of sustainable development goals to be achieved by 2030? Chalo, I'll give you options. 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. Pavitra says 16. What about others? How many goals are there to be achieved for SDGs? The correct answer is 17. Okay? 17 sustainable development goals are there. Central government has decided to introduce 56 prizes under category of Rashtriya Vigyan Puraskar. So consider the following statement regarding National Technology Day. National Technology Day was first observed in 1999. It was named after President APJ Abdul Kalam. It is the day India successfully tested nuclear bombs in Pokhran. So what do you think is the correct statement from above three? So here the correct answer is 1 and 3. It was not President Abdul Kalam, it was Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Okay. Next statement, or next question. Recently, United Nations General Assembly's 78th session in the World Health Organization released a report called Global Report on Hypertension. So the question is obviously related to hypertension. So hypertension is when the pressure in your blood vessels is 140 by 90 or higher. World Hypertension Day is celebrated on July 17 every year. What do you think are the correct answer? First statement seems logical. This is obviously the higher range of blood pressure of any given person. But what about this information? Is it really celebrated on July 17 or is there any other day? It is celebrated on May 17th. Okay? So second statement incorrect. A is the correct answer. Chalo. Next question. Recently, the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha both passed Women Reservation Bill. Okay? Consider the following statement regarding reservation. So, the reservation of seats for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes shall cease to have an effect on the expiration of period specific in Article 334. The reservation of seats for women shall cease to have an effect on the expiration of the period of specified in Article 334. So, which of the following statement with respect to these two things are correct? So all these questions that will be provided to you in the course itself, they not only take care of your current affairs, but they also brush up your static knowledge that will be there in your examination. Okay? So what I will recommend, practice these questions a lot. Only be correct. Yeah, the question I guess seems a little bit not formed correctly. The answer although is given A, only one. Okay? This needs some revision, I guess. Let's try to do the next question. University Grants Commission has finalized the National Higher Education Qualification. Okay? And don't worry, with respect to this women reservation, all the important content has been provided to you in the course itself. Okay? We have provided to you what exactly are the major highlights of the act under women reservation in the November PDF, and it has been uploaded in the course itself. Okay? So you can take a look over there. So which of the following provisions of the Constitution does India have a bearing on education? That means amongst all these things of the constitution, which of these things talks about education? So directive principles, rural and urban local bodies, 5th schedule, which of the above statements are correct? So in the constitution's directive principle state policy part 4, does the state policy DPSP talks about education? And if yes, then include it. When they talk about rural and urban local bodies, is there an education component in it? And with respect to 5th schedule, which is related to the tribal areas, is there any educational component into it? Now try to think logically and tell me if the answers. Anyone? Obviously in DPSP, if you see, there is a responsibility given to the parents or to the state for taking care of, education of children under Article 45. Whereas in rural and urban local bodies, education is a very big component. And in tribal areas also, state is mandated to take care of tribals' educational development. So thereby all these 3 statements are there. Hence D or the correct answer. Okay? Next statement, Indian government identified 62 new elephant corridors marking a significant milestone. So consider the following statement regarding elephant population. So Karnataka has the highest elephant population. Project Elephant launched by Government of India in the year 1992. World Elephant Day is observed on September 12th every year. So which of the following statement do you think is correct? Try to eliminate one option, you will get your answer correct. (66C). Okay. Well, the correct answer is B. Because it is not September, it is August 12. Okay? Karnataka anyways has the highest elephant population. Recently, the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare launched AI chatbot. Okay? It was launched on 24th February. Financial benefit of 6,000 is provided per year in 3 equal installments under PM Kisan. It is both central and state government funded scheme in 1:1 ratio. So if you know PM's Kisan, you can easily eliminate one option. So I have already given you a hint. Okay? One option will always be eliminated in these 3 statements. Now you have to give me the correct answer. Now 1/3 probability. Yes, correct. B is the correct answer because it is solely centrally funded scheme. No involvement of state with respect to funds. Okay? And it is directly transferred by the central government to the bank account of farmers. Okay? Now let's do the last question. In recent times, Forest Department has been conducting operations in Mukurthi National Park. So consider the following statement regarding park. Mukurthi National Park is located in the northwest corner of Tamil Nadu. Okay? So if this is Tamil Nadu, the northwest near by here. It is a part of Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. Tribes living inside todas Which of the following statements are correct? And if you understand that obviously Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve is here, encompassing Karnataka and Kerala also. Now try, so I already make sure that this is the correct option. Now you can think of other statements also. So here the correct answer is D, all of the above. Okay, all these statements are correct. Yes, correct, Pavitra, well done. Okay, so this is all for today's lecture, and from tomorrow onwards, subject specific lectures will continue. As I've already told you, 3 days current affairs will continue in this month, 3 days subject specific content will be continued, and the subject specific content will be continued in the course itself. So live classes will be there under Zoom sessions. Okay, so we'll meet in the next session. Thank you all for joining.